A healing journey, walking the labyrinth. Walking the labyrinth has become a popular spiritual exercise across the country and around the world. Why walk a labyrinth? A labyrinth is an ancient method of praying the labyrinth and is a perfect metaphor for our journey through life, as our path also has twists and turns along the way. What can you learn about yourself along the way? It is a tool to aid the self or consciousness. It can be used as a way to unwind the mind and to let go of stress or worries and concerns. Walking the labyrinth can release patterned behavior, thoughts, and feelings of various sorts. As you release old energy, the alignment of your body may shift or straighten to greater spiritual awakening. Some walk the labyrinth as a kind of moving meditation. If you are having trouble with a situation, you can ask for an answer to your question while walking the labyrinth. Labyrinths are said to have been used for over 3,500 years. The labyrinth symbol has been found in Europe, Egypt, the Mediterranean, and parts of the Americas. Many carvings are found on boulders, tombs, religious buildings, pavement floors, clay tablets, mosaics, manuscripts, stone patterns, hedges, woven baskets, fabrics, and potter fragments throughout Europe, and they seem to bear the same motif. Also, they have been found in carved rocks from the mountains in Arizona to caves in Spain. Clay tablets in Greece may be the earliest, around 3,200 years old. There are 3 basic designs being used: the 7 circuit, the 11 circuit, and the 12 circuit. As you change your direction, our awareness changes from right brain to left brain. Labyrinths are right brain activity enhancers. So the claim is that the labyrinth can induce different states of consciousness. Others say it also helps balance the spiritual chakra centers. It is a walk that quiets the mind so that thoughts previously unheard can enter. Connection to spirit, connection to unconscious being. Take your concern to the center, to the heart, where thoughts are unhindered, free to enter, not blocked by doing, revising, fretting, or worrying. No problem solving. Just walking with the process and bring out what is heard. Coming back out into the world with new insight. Symbolically looking at the journey as releasing, receiving, and returning. Lauren Artress, a famous speaker who reawakened interest in the labyrinth in the 1990s, writes, "The path that guides us deeply into the psychological and spiritual center is the same path that takes us back out again into the physical world to manifest. It is a tool for personal, psychological, and spiritual transformation. The labyrinth is an archetype of wholeness that helps us rediscover the depths of our souls. Because the labyrinths have been built by various cultures around the earth, some claim they represent a universal pattern in human consciousness. Native Americans had them and continue to be used in the sacred ceremonies of the Hopi. They called it the symbol for Mother Earth and equated it with the Kiva. Labyrinths differ from mazes. A maze has dead ends and tries to confuse you, whereas a labyrinth has only one path that weaves its way to the center and back out again. There is only one entrance and exit, no dead ends, and no crossing of paths, with a choice of which way to turn. The most famous labyrinth, still very sought after, is the Labyrinth at the Chartres Cathedral in France, built between 1125 and 1214 AD. At the time, the faithful would make a pilgrimage to the church since they could not travel to the Holy Land in Jerusalem. They would walk the labyrinth at the church, some even on their knees as if in the Holy Land. It is inside the church, and another labyrinth is outside of the church. How do you walk a labyrinth? You enter and follow the path to the center slowly at an even pace. You pause in the center as you like, for as long as you like, and turn and walk the same path out. There may be others walking the same time as you, or you can walk alone. The length of time to walk the labyrinth depends on the size, the speed that you walk, and your contemplation. There is no right or wrong way to walk a labyrinth. What you focus on may be nothing, or it can be a question you may have about your own current life circumstances. It is best to walk the labyrinth with an open heart and an open mind, asking for that which is for your greatest and highest good. If you ask a question, you may not get an answer in that moment, but it may come a little while later or even in a dream. Opening your heart and mind and self to the quietness of the journey will help to unfold a part of yourself you did not know. If you would like to make a labyrinth on your personal property, first you need to pick a design and the type of medium that you want for your labyrinth. Will it be temporary or permanent? You may use stones, pavers, gravel, pine needles, strands of lights, candles, or whatever you can imagine. You then determine the size of the large circle on the outside. Place a thick weed matting cover over the entire area and pin it to the ground. Locate the center of the circle. Using a string and chalk, draw the circles after determining their size. And using a picture diagram of how you want your labyrinth to look, you draw in all the turns with chalk. Spray paint all the lines. Then you may begin placing the outline with stones. And after you have that complete, you place the walking material for the path in between the stones. There are many patterns available. If you do not have a place, you may also use a finger labyrinth. You may find these online. They are made out of wood or metal, and just remember to use your non-dominant hand to trace the labyrinth. In challenging times, whether current times or the past, may we find whatever helps us to heal on our journey through life.